What's up, guys? This is your boy Lordlunar Prime, aka the Water Twin, here with my Tidal Mermail deck profile for 2014, guys. Alright, guys, since the ban list, Mermails have been deemed, quote unquote, the new top deck of the format. It's between Mermails and I believe Gear Karakuri, because they're just so fast. Alright, guys, so in this deck profile, I'm going to pretty much cover some decent combos I have, why I play certain cards and stuff like that. So stick around for the end of the video. I got a real nice combo segment for you guys. Alright, so the first card you see now is Mermail Abyssleed. Discard 3 water monsters to your graveyard to search your graveyard for an Abyss Sphere or an Abyss Squal. Alright, guys, so that's lead. Next we run 3 copies of Mermail Abyssmegalo. Mermail Abyssmegalo, you discard 2 water monsters to the graveyard, search your deck for an Abyss Squal and an Abyss Sphere. The reason why I keep saying that, guys, because I actually do play Abyss Squal. Now, guys, seeing the title been hit. Alright, move right along. We play 3 copies of Mermail Abyssteus. Mermail Abyssteus is pretty much the searcher of the deck. He searches a level 4 lore mermaid monsters and add them to your hand. And he's also a special summon, guys, so that's very key. To the facilitators of the deck, we play 1 copy of Mermail Abysturge. Sturge is pretty much a tech copy. When he's summoned, you discard a water monster to retrieve a water monster level 3 or lower from your graveyard to your hand. Alright, guys, he's there to basically loop Deep Sea Divas. He gets back Marksmen, Heavy Infantries, and Mermail Abysgunde. Alright. Onto the prime facilitator of the deck, we played 3 copies of Mermail Abysspike. Alright, for those guys that's been rocking with me for a pretty long time, you'll notice that I only played 2 Mermail Abysspikes back in the day. But seeing how Tidal was hit down to 1, I kind of felt like the deck needed a little more facilitation and search. So I added the 3rd pike, guys. So that's the reason why I played 3 now. Onto the floater of the deck, Mermail Abysslinde. She's absolutely important to the deck, guys. Whenever she's destroyed, it's sent to the graveyard. She special summons a mermail monster to the field, guys. Pretty neat. Onto the monster reborn, or the pseudo monster reborn for mermails, we have Mermail Abysgunde. Whenever a Mermail Abysgunde is discarded in any way, form, or fashion, where the opponent makes you discard by using their Mermail Abyssleed effect to discard a card out your hand, and they mess around and hit a gun. Gun's effect is going to activate and special summon a mermail monster, guys. So any way that you have Mermail Abysgunde discarded to the graveyard, she's going to reborn any mermail monster you would like to the field. Onto the Atlantean portion of the deck, we have 1 Atlantean Dragoons for that search. We have 3 copies of Atlantean Marksman to pop face down on cards. We have 3 copies. They're running all over the place. 3 copies of Atlantean Heavy Infantry, guys. Have 3 copies of those. These guys just run all over the place. Alright, and that pretty much wraps up the Atlantean portion of the deck. For the tech water monsters of the deck, we have 1 copy of Tidal. Tidal allows you to, push a little bit hard on your opponent. He has an awesome discard effect, guys. That also can be a combo with Mermail Abyssgunde. If you discard Tidal and Mermail Abyssgunde to use Tidal effect to throw a card in the graveyard, after you resolve Tidal's effect, Mermail Abyssgunde's effect is going to activate, which allows you to reborn any mermail monster from the graveyard. So that's a pretty good, neat trick that gun has also. Alright, on to the next one. We have 1 copy of Deep Sea Diva. Deep Sea Diva, it's pretty much, I went back to Deep Sea Diva just because she can make Armored Kappa, guys. She has pretty decent plays, even without making Armored Kappa. She has decent plays going into Catastor, and she has a decent, she still has the OTK factor when she's next to Megalo. You summon Megalo, you summon Diva, Diva gets her effect to bring out Marksman, then you pop Diva to the graveyard for Megalo effect. Now Megalo attacks twice, and the whole OTK thing she has with Megalo. Alright, so that's the reason why I play that 1 tech copy of DC Diva. And the main tech card that I have, probably the most important tech card I have besides Tidal, is Fishborg Archer, guys. Whenever Fishborg Archer is in the graveyard, you can discard any water monster to the graveyard to special summon him back to the field, as long as you have no other monsters on the board. I mainly like to use Fishborg Archer with Mermail Abysgunde and to reborn another mermaid monster. But we're going to go and touch in a combo a little bit more with Fishborg Archer, guys. So that's what I was wanting you guys to stick around for the later on in the video to see the combos I actually have with Fishborg Archer. All right. So that wraps up the water monsters for the deck. Onto the hand traps, we have 2 copies of Max C. A lot of players cutting Max C, seeing how dragons have really got hit. But my thing is, if you're cutting Max C, what are you gonna do against Mermails and Gear Karakuri? Because they special summon out the wazoo too. So I feel like I'd rather have 2 copies of Max C in the main board just for those reasons. And the last hand trap we have is 2 copies of Effect Raider to stop monster effects. Alright guys, so moving on to Spell and Traps. We run 3 copies of Mystical Space Typhoon to get rid of back row. No need to explain there. And 1 copy of Dark Hole, guys. Those are only 4 spells I do play. So the rest of the spells. Onto the traps. We have 3 copies of Abysssphere. Abysssphere is absolutely essential to any Mermail deck, guys. So you mainly search it from Megalo, or you can get it back from the graveyard with Mermail Abyssleed if you resolve his effect. And then next we have 2 copies of Abyss Squal. Since they hit Tidal to 1, I felt like the deck needed a little more push, a little more attack power. So what I did was, I remember back last year in YCS Miami, Abyss Squal was heavily played thanks to Billy Break and Jeff Jones. These guys featured Mermail Abyss Squal in YCS Miami last year with the mono Mermail deck that we're playing with right now, guys. So that's the whole reason behind Abyss Squal. It's offensive and defensive, guys. We have 1 copy of Torrential Tribute, and that wraps up the traps, guys. All right, guys. I want to talk to you a little bit about the usefulness of Fishborg Archer with the Atlantean portion of the deck and Mermail Abysgunde, guys. All right, like I said, I see a lot of people really not really playing Fishborg Archer these days. So what it is, as long as Fishborg Archer is in the graveyard, guys, and you have a discard out, you can always you always have a decent play. So if Fishborg Archer is in the graveyard, guys, whether you have Mermail Abysgunde to special summon Mermail monsters back from the graveyard, it can go from beefier Mermail monsters to lead, or you can special summon level 4 monsters to the graveyard. And that's my personal favorite, guys. I like to special summon Mermail Abysspike or Stirs to the graveyard. So what you do, if you have a clear board, your opponent really exhausted all your entire field, you discard Mermail Abysgunde to special summon Fishborg Archer, guys. Mermail Abysgunde's effect is going to activate, which special summons Mermail Abysspike. Alright, guys, right there you have a level 7 synchro already into play, guys. And that's a Black Rose and Gunnier, guys. So that's either one of those plays. If your opponent just really got a lot of back row and heavy field presence, you Black Rose the field. If you have cards to discard for Gunnier, guys, you can leave a body on board and still spot removal your opponent's back row and monsters, guys. So that's pretty neat. Another thing with Fishborg Archer, guys, if you're holding any of the Atlanteans, guys, you can discard, pop a face-up monster on the board. You can discard, pop a face down card on the board, just to special summon Archer and continue your turn. Alright, guys. So what I'm gonna do right now, we're gonna go through our extra deck. We play 2 copies of Mermail Abyssgallos. Mermail Abyssgallos is pretty much pseudo boss monster for the deck also, guys. He's a walking skill drain. He negates the effects of any monster that has Lord attack that he does, guys. So that's the whole thing behind Mermail Abyssgallos. To wrap up the rank 7s, we have Mega Phantom Beast Dragosack and 1 copy of Big Eye, guys. That's the only rank 7s that I do play. Moving right along to rank 4s, we play 1 copy of Bahamut Shark for the whole Bahamut Shark Abyss Strike combo. 1 copy of Steel Swarm Ropes. He handles pretty much the agent or any kind of road matchup, guys, that's very synchro heavy, whether it be a plant variant or he pretty much just stop synchroing, guys. So that's the reason why I like to have him in. And he's very important in the beginning of the format where things haven't really shaped up yet. A lot of people want to play different stuff, so I like Steel Swarm Roach at that 1. I play 1 copy of Abyss Dweller, 1 copy of Nightmare, number 47, Nightmare Shark. He's very, very good And Mermails, guys, one combo I have seen or I have done with this guy is I would summon this guy next to a Megalo, and the thing is I would detach for his effect, target Megalo, and Megalo would can attack my opponent directly. And what I do is use Megalo effect to tribute a Nightmare Shark, and now Megalo can attack twice. So what it is, Megalo just hit for 48, just like that, guys. So that's the whole thing right now while I'm playing Nightmare Shark. He's really pretty good. He allows me to open up a lot of different plays. Moving right along, we play one copy of Mermail Abyssstrike, brought out by Bahamut Shark, one copy of Wando Zenmains, one copy of Armored Kappa, which is summoned easily by summon Deep Sea Diva, and Deep Sea Diva going to get Heavy Infantry, guys. Or you can just stack, or you just summon 2 Heavy Infantries using Heavy Infantry effect to gain 2 normal summons to go into this guy, guys. And when you do detach for his effect, on your turn, you can detach for his effect to have his defense go up to 2,000 or gain 1,000 defense. And if you detach Heavy Infantry, guys, you're able to pop a face-up card in your opponent's field. So it's very resourceful. On to the synchros of the extra deck. We have one copy of Crimson Blader, which is achieved by easily level 7 monster, special summon, and a normal summon effect battle that I do run main board. And going back to the level 7s, we have the Gunneer, the Black Rose, and to wrap up the 5s, we have one copy of Ally Just a Catastrophe, guys. So, guys, this pretty much wraps up my Mermail deck profile, guys. If you have any questions or concerns, guys, feel free, as always, guys. You guys can message me and down in the comments. I would like to know what you guys are running in your Mermail decks and stuff like that. I have seen some builds that actually run a decent amount of traps, and I think it's pretty cool that they're actually doing that, because I think a Mermail deck that actually has a lot of back row is a scary Mermail deck. Not to take anything away from mine, because mine are more attack based. So guys, this has been Lordlunar, aka the Water Twin, guys. Like I said, leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys are running this format, how you guys are running Mermails this format, or just want to speak in general. It doesn't really matter, guys. Let's have a conversation down in the comment section below. So this has been Lordlunar, aka the Water Twin, and I'm out, guys.